Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us. Happy you're here. As you come on, let us know where you're messaging from. We'd like to know where you're joining us from. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to my live. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. Thank you for joining our live. We're happy to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Please let us know where you're joining us from. Thank you for joining us. Please introduce yourself. Let us know where you're signing in from. We're happy to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Please make sure you're liking the live, whether you're listening to us live or recording. Share with your friends on social media. And follow us so you know about future lives, future events. You may not need help with your credit, but maybe your friends and relatives do. Many are struggling with the current economy, and sadly, many are still struggling from the pandemic. We'd like to help as many people as we can. My name's John. I'm the owner of Elite Credit Solutions. We've been in business for 15 years. We're probably one of the most senior companies out there. We do credit repair much different than most companies. And we don't participate in the membership program that so many of them do. We don't send form letters. We do good old-fashioned credit repair. We get great results. Got a lot of great reviews. We work hard for our clients. We've helped thousands and thousands of consumers to get into homes, and we'd be happy to help you too, or possibly someone you know. So please be sure and follow us, share on social media. We're trying to build our follow count, so it would be appreciated if you even just followed us and shared the video. Maybe somebody on your follow list is needing some assistance. Welcome, welcome. Please introduce yourself as you sign in. We're happy to have you here. My name's John. I'm in Tampa, Florida. We serve the whole United States, and I'd be happy to help you also. Welcome, welcome. Please introduce yourself as you come in. We're happy to have you here. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Today I want to give you a little bit of tough love. And it might hurt. Hopefully some of you might be able to identify with this. The FICO system is made up of 5 categories, and credit repair is not one of them. But after 15 years, I see a lot of common traits, common things that I think are directly tied to people who have bad credit. And it's not the 5 categories of FICO. It's the type of person you are. Some things you're doing may indirectly be related to your credit score. Maybe worth taking a look at yourself in the mirror and finding out what you can do to make some adjustments to make your life better. If many businesses purchase leads, and it would be only natural I would want a leads list of people with bad credit, maybe under 600, have collections. It's only natural that I would want that kind of lead list, but I actually would like a little bit different lead list. Um, you're probably familiar, I'm not going to list any names, but prepay cellular service. They've been around for years. The difference in that type of service versus a regular cell service is they're much cheaper. They're generally run $20 to $40 a month, and they oftentimes provide you a phone. Sometimes it's a kind of a crappy phone, but it's cheap, and it's called prepaid service. Most of the reasons people get into that, because think about why would they want to sign up for service that they already know is bad. Most of the reason they want to sign up for a service like that is they've got bad credit, they can't pass a credit check, they can't get approved at any of the big providers. They may be a tightwad. There's nothing wrong with being a tightwad. You don't want to pay. Cellular is getting kind of expensive. Maybe they don't want to pay $150 a line. They want to pay 40, and that's fine. They just have to expect that they're not going to have that great a service. But what normally happens is people do that because they can't pass a background check. They go get prepaid service. It's a crappy phone. They're always dropping calls. They have to tell people, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. The phone's cutting out. They're just identifying it to be just a crappy service. But the reason behind that is that service is for people who have bad credit. Another example is you get instantly approved for a credit card, and maybe there's a deposit, maybe there's not. They want you to pay $75 up front. You got to pay it out of your first bill. Maybe you got a $300 credit limit. Those are called subprime credit cards. You might feel great, I get a real credit card, but the interest rate's, astronomical, 35% or something. And it's not going to ever be much more than that $300. And out of fairness, the bigger picture, people like Chase, Citicorp, and those, they're looking on you as, well, he or she's got bad credit, obviously, because they got a subprime card. So you're never going to be attracted to those kind of banks. It's not like after a while you're using that card that all of a sudden a Chase is going to reach out and say, hey, we're giving you a $5,000 credit line. That's not going to happen. So those cards do nothing for you. They take money that you worked hard to get, and they're just not going to get you where you're wanting to be. Another example is if I were to make 100 calls, probably 95 of them would have a voicemail. Nobody ever answers their phone. Oftentimes the voicemail's full. There's 20 voicemails compile up, 20 or 30, I think, on that voicemail system. So that takes a lot for it to be full. I tend to analyze those kind of situations, like what's really happening. Why are they letting 20 or 30 voicemails? I'm assuming, and I would be willing to bet it's because they have bad credit and they're getting calls from creditors and collection people and everything else. They're just letting everybody go. But the downside to that is, in those 30 messages, maybe somebody offered you a job, maybe it's your grandma reaching out to you, let you know that she's on her deathbed. You need to reach back to her. Maybe a family member in need, maybe one of your kids, maybe an emergency, maybe somebody back home trying to reach you that you went to school with, let you know somebody passed away. There could be a million other reasons that that phone rang and somebody left a voicemail. Because at the time, they didn't know that you don't check your voicemails. They didn't know you're getting 50,000 calls from collections people. They left a message that, hey, that guy you went to school with, your best friend back in school passed away, and you're just going 100 mile an hour with your 30 voicemails and your voicemail full. And yeah, they might be collection people, but they might be emergency. So listen to the voicemail. It's the old fashioned, I didn't go to the mailbox because it's all bills. Well, after a while, you gotta look at the bills. Yeah, it might be a shut off notice, maybe an emergency. So you have to listen to the voicemail. Um, nobody's going to hurt you. No collection company's going to come out of the phone and grab you and force you into paying a bill that you don't want to pay. Just listen to it. It takes you 2 seconds to, oh, it's a collection, delete, or, oh, it's a salesperson, delete, whatever. You can go through those 30 messages pretty quick, but leave your voicemail cleared out. Maybe an emergency call, and I'd sure hate for you to avoid an emergency call from grandma. She's on her deathbed. A call from your kids or something that you wanted to know about, and you didn't get. You never know when those calls are going to come out, and I'll give you a different scenario. A few years ago, I got shut down from Facebook. Every so often Facebook wants to clean out people. There's no logic behind it. They don't see that the account they shut down has been in existence since 2009. So they don't put any logic. They just assume, oh, it must be a spammer or it must be somebody trying to pull a fast one, so they shut you down. Well, I lost 30,000 followers on Facebook a few years ago. I wasn't trying to do anything unethical or anything. I was just trying to grow my business. They let you have 5,000 friends, and I'm a math teacher, so I filled up 5,000 friends. I got another account. Filled up 5,000 friends. Get another account. I don't know why they shut me down. I am a little opinionated, but I try to keep my opinions down to a minimum. So maybe they didn't like, we're going through severe censorship on social media. They think they've got the authoritarian hat to shut us down if we're saying something wrong or saying something against their belief. And just in case TikTok's listening or China's listening currently, that's not insinuating you're doing it. Just saying social media in general has taken on a hat of censorship, and it's something we got to deal with. But the gist of me telling that story is a lady from back home in Indiana passed away, had a heart attack. This lady I was in class with for several years. I think I went to kindergarten with her, played in the band with her, and she passed away, had a heart attack. I didn't know it until almost a year later. Somebody had called me and said, oh, you heard about this lady? And no, I didn't know. Well, it was during a time I got kicked off of Facebook, so I had no way of knowing. Nobody knew to reach out to me to tell me. And so that's my point, is empty out your voicemail. You never know when those one-time things are going to happen, and I'd hate for you to miss out on that just because you're avoiding collections and avoiding people. Maybe it's a job offer. Maybe instead of making $30,000 a year, a guy down the street wants to offer you 50, and I'd hate for you to miss out on that. People don't empty their voicemails, and back on social media, I see realtors that don't accept friends requests. You send a message, they don't answer. And not just realtors, mortgage, anybody that's in business. And the thought crosses my mind that, um, how can they grow their business? How can they get a new customer? Somebody messaged them asking them, "Are you a realtor in the area? I'd like to put my house up for sale," but you don't bother answering your messages, so you miss out. A couple of years ago, and this has happened multiple times. A couple of years ago, I know of about 3 incidents. Um, I had a referral for a realtor, and because that's my natural, I own a credit repair company, so I get realtors, I get referrals for realtors, I get referrals for mortgage people, and I reached out to at least 3 different times to a realtor that were in the area. I have a client we've worked with, they're ready to go, they need a realtor. Nobody returned my phone call. Or I'd message them on Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever, and no return message. So I sadly all 3 times told the customer, "I'm sorry, my connection's kind of drawn dry. Possibly they've passed away, no longer in the business, and just look up on Google or Yellow Pages or something and find a realtor, and hopefully they can help you." That realtor lost out. I don't know what a realtor, they make, $7,000 to $10,000, maybe much more commission, all because they were too busy to return a phone call. They, for whatever reason, thought I was trying to sell them something, and just chose not to return the call. But there's a customer behind that. Even if you don't like to work with a credit repair company, there's a customer. People walk into my office needing help with the credit, but second nature is, "Oh, we'd like to buy a house." So maybe you don't want to work with someone else, but I have the ability to double your income, so you might want to stay in touch with me. Communication is behind. If I could get it back on my leads list, if I could get a leads list of anybody that has a prepaid phone, maybe has a voicemail full, maybe has no greeting, that's another one, doesn't even set up a greeting, the phone just rings. I run into oftentimes, and I'm a great guy to talk to. I could talk to somebody, have a great conversation, and they'll tell me to call them back on Monday, or call them back on Monday, no call. Call them back on Tuesday or Wednesday, no call. I'll, 4 or 5 times, and I suddenly realize that the phone's instantly going to voicemail. And so I use my second line to call them just to make sure there's not a phone problem, make sure there's not a problem. And wouldn't you know, they answer. So that tells me that I had a nice phone call. It wasn't nice on their behalf because right after the phone call, they blocked me. Clearly they have a communication problem. It would have been easier for them to say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I thought your services were free. I thought the guy next door, is $100. You're not $100. I'm not expensive. My prices are still the same as it was in 2009. But sadly, a lot of people are signing up for these membership companies. They're attracted to $100 a month. And even during our conversation, I'm explaining to them that 99% of America is doing the membership program. They're not really doing credit repair. And so if they look at the bigger picture, they're going there for $100 a month, 6 years, and will equal what I'm doing. And I'm a flat rate program for about 9 months, and I'll work with you on the payments even. So the cost is going to be like 75% cheaper going to me. But it's not about the cost, it's about results. And I'm not in it to do a membership. I'm not into it to send form letters or anything like that. I do real credit repair. And there's not many of us out here still doing that. But, what's another one? People, my kids tell me, and maybe it's my generation. My generation likes to communicate. Um, and I don't ask for much. I think there's times that somebody can pick a phone up. The best thing somebody could do is tell me I can't afford your prices, or um, I don't think we're going to do credit repair now. Um, this is much more than what I thought it was. Whatever. Communication 101. It's not, what am I going to do? Reach in the phone, grab them, and say, you got to sign up now, and threaten them. And, I'm one of the nicest guys you ever meet. Yeah, I live in Tampa, Florida, but I'm from a small town in Indiana. I'm a small town boy. My personality's still the same. I'm still probably the most honest person you'll ever meet in your entire life. Um, so I'm hardly like Uncle Guido from the Mafia and going to force you to sign a paper that you don't want to sign. So, what harm is it to say, this is not for me, or, oh, I don't understand it? Chances are you did line. So, what harm is it to say, this is not for me, or, oh, I don't understand it? Chances are you didn't listen. Okay, our live froze up, so I think I am back live with us. Hopefully we didn't lose anybody. But we are back in action. So we're talking about things that don't have anything to do with the FICO system, like actions you take that are directly related to people with bad credit. We're talked about people getting prepaid phones. We talked about people getting credit cards, subprime credit cards. We talked about your voicemail system being full. We talked about creating a greeting. Talked about actions that people take are directly tied to people with bad credit. People take advantage of you if you have bad credit. I mean, if you try to get a loan, you go to online. You go online trying to get a loan. You fill out an application, a lending application that says they'll work with anybody. Once you don't realize this, you put your information, they're going to send that to 500 people. Your phone's going to ring, and your email is going to be getting flooded for several days. People are going to call you because you have raised your hand, said I got bad credit and I need a loan. So none of those are loan companies. In fact, some of them are scammers. So don't fill out unless you know it's a true place to get a loan, and that they tailor to people with bad credit or something. There's a very good chance you're going to fill out the information. You're going to get flooded with phone calls. They're generally referral sources. They'll send your name to either other lending companies with high interest, or they're trying to get you to debt consolidate, or they're trying to get you, maybe they're selling to a credit repair. But their intention is not to give you a loan. Even if you do get a loan, or you have potential to get a loan, it's probably like 500% interest. You borrow $200 and you got to pay, $3,000 back. So don't do any of those. Just the sum of everything I'm trying to tell you is look in the mirror, things that you're doing, habits you're doing, People around you may know you have bad credit and you haven't even, um, they've never looked at your credit report. They call you and your phone's always, your voicemail's always full. You don't return phone calls. Well, maybe it won't be as obvious to them as it is to me. Um, for your sake, I hope it's not. But you may be letting them know, hey, I'm irresponsible. I can't take time to empty out my 30 voicemails that are sitting there. Poor grandma, she's on her last breath, and I just chose not to talk to her. Um, maybe I was calling you to offer a referral, and you didn't answer the phone. You didn't call me back because you thought I was a sales guy. I was trying to sell you something. You didn't realize it was $5,000 that you made, or $10,000 for you and your family. Um, so tighten your belt. Start being a grown-up. Be responsible in your decisions. Create a professional greeting. When both of my kids grew up, they were that early generation. They didn't really care about setting up a greeting because they said, well, we text. Well, yeah, but everybody else doesn't text, and they might be calling to offer you a job. So leave a professional greeting. Check it every day or so. Make sure there's nothing serious on there. And get your credit fixed. Stop going 20 steps out of your path. You and I both know your apartment's too expensive and you would like a house. Rent's gone up 30 to 40% the last 2-3 years. This is the worst economy we've ever had. It's easier to get you in a house. Maybe your car breaks down, you need a new car. You're paying high car insurance. And by the way, that's related to credit. The second thing they ask you is what's your social security number. So you may be a perfect driver, but it's related to your credit. So, you understand your number one goal is to either get a new place or get a new house or whatever, but you're choosing to go 20 steps this way, 20 steps that way. Just fix your credit. Stop horsing around. Stop playing around. Give us a call. I'll work with you on the payments. I'm doing real credit repair. My number is 813-317-6776. I'm in Tampa. I can serve the whole United States. You can reach me up till midnight. I'm always available to help you. I take great pride in helping you to achieve your goals. Sometimes people call me with an agenda because they've had some bad companies in the past. I think they expect me to be a rotten person. I don't know why. I don't understand. I don't know how to be a scam. I don't know how to be a bad person. The only agenda on my mind is helping you to achieve your goals. That's all I want to do. And, so give me a call. Stop dilly-dallying with the voicemail being full, the greeting, no greeting. Apply for this card, maybe in hopes that one day you'll have good credit. No, it's not. It's not all these other steps. It's very simple. Fix your credit, and then everything will fall in line. You'll have cheaper car insurance. You'll qualify for better cars. You won't have to go downtown to the buy here, pay here. You get an apartment that you want. Maybe get a house for you and your family. You're probably paying as much or more for that apartment. You might as well get a house. I don't know why you would delay getting a house when the apartment's killing your finances. You might as well get a house, a big backyard for the kids to play in, and fix your credit. Stop doing all these little things, hiding from people. Don't answer the phone. You're paying money for that cell phone, so why not answer it? Answer the phone. It might be grandma trying to reach you. Fix your credit. I'll work with you on the payments. Don't forget to like, share, follow us, share on social media. Your friends may need our help also, and I'd like to help them. My number again is 813-317-6776. I'm here to help you. We're open till midnight, 7 days a week. If you're watching this during live or recording, at least put a little message. Let us know what part of the country you're checking in from. We're always happy to have you, and I'm here to help you to achieve your goals. So stop taking all these alternate routes to get there. Let me work with you. We don't just do credit repair. We do good old-fashioned credit repair. I work on the whole report the very first day. I give you credit building. I give you financial literacy, because none of us had financial literacy in school. So I give you enough ammunition that you can do well way beyond credit repair. And I want you to do well. People call me long after. A guy yesterday hired me 7 years ago. He was working on getting a second house. Those are the calls I get. I'm happy to help you, give you advice. I'm a resource for you, not just through credit repair, but in the future. Maybe you're trying to get a car, maybe you're trying to get refinanced. I'm always here to help you. So stop making all these things. Clean out your voicemail. Deal with life as it comes, and let me help you with your credit. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to follow, like us, share on social media, put a little note, let us know where you're from. We're always happy to help you. Give us a call if we can ever help you with advice. 813-317-6776. Thanks for attending. You have a nice evening. Thank you.